what is going on? This is Unbounded once again. I'm your host, as always, The Truth. Well, I'm gonna get my boy Isaac. What's going on, dog?
I am hungry.
I'm hungry too. It's Royal Rumble Saturday. We are finally in the final push into WrestleMania season. Oh my gosh. We'll get into some wrestling talk here in a little bit. But before we do that, I found a picture, and shout out to Curtis Akeem McCullough, also known as Dollar Watson, for bringing this to my attention. And I really want you to just see the outlandishness that we, and yes, I'm saying we because this is our generation, and you may not have been one of the ones that were doing this. I would hope not, because if you were, I'm going to fry you, and you know I will. What the heck are we doing here?
Huh.
For those who do not know what's going on here, I'm showing them a picture of a pair of jeans with all the NBA logos on NBA team logos on
It
them.
has the classic logos on here.
Yeah, this
Those
is
are
from
classic
like
logos.
the 2002 2003 era. Got the old Wizards logo, not the Bullets, but the Wizards. The old 70, the black and yellow, the black and
old
red
Nets
76
logo.
logo. The New Jersey Nets logo.
The old Kings
The
logo
old
before they
Kings
went.
logo.
Here's the thing about the Kings logo. They had the old Kings logo. That's like how you see it now. Then they got the new one, and then they got the old one back. I saw the old Denver Nuggets. Well, the Denver Nuggets
The
logo.
old Nuggets logo.
Well, it hasn't really.
The
Has that
Blazers
changed?
logo looks like it's older, so this is definitely like
Well, the Blazers
2002,
logo hasn't really
2003 era.
changed much.
The Blazers, I think the Blazers one is kind of a
Let me
little
see
bit
it.
different. I think it's just not as weird. The square is not there now. I can double check on that. But
The Mavericks logo. That is the new Mavericks logo.
no, the Mavericks logo hasn't changed.
Yes, it did.
Has it?
That wasn't that. It used to be a basketball with a hat, like a blue
Yeah,
basketball
that
with a
was like
hat.
in the '90s, but since like what 2000 something like that.
Yeah, I
it's
think
been-
since.
it's
Well, how long
been
has Mark Cuban owned the team?
I don't know. I don't. You think I pay attention to Mark Cuban's life?
No, I'm just saying. I feel like that's something that kind of changed when he got there.
It might have.
Oh, speaking of which, Fulham FC is still in the FA Cup. So Tony Khan and his boys are still hanging in there.
That's what's up.
Speaking of football, tomorrow, Wrexham plays Sheffield in their biggest test in the FA Cup in the fourth round of the FA Cup.
Speaking of football, who you got tomorrow?
I would love to see the Chiefs go. I would love for it to be Chiefs and Niners again, or Bengals and Niners. I want the Chiefs to go. I want the Chiefs to go. It doesn't matter. Honestly, I wish Chiefs and Bengals was a Super Bowl. I really do, because I don't want to see the Eagles.
You want a rematch of a Super Bowl. I want a rematch of the Super Bowl. We just don't want the same rematch. I got the Niners and the Bengals.
Yeah, I don't want the Eagles in there.
I mean, honestly, for me, and it's crazy for me to say this because y'all know I'm a Seahawks fan and I just despise the 49ers. But if there's going to be a team that wins this one, I wouldn't be mad at it being the Niners just this year for the story.
Yeah.
But
I mostly
do you think the Eagles have a shot?
Maybe. Everybody's got a
defense.
shot.
That defense is elite from the Niners.
But Chris McCaffrey is also unheard of, and so is George Kittle.
McCaffrey just might win
Offensive Player of the Year.
Comeback Player of the Year.
That too.
I don't think he's winning comeback. I don't think he's winning OPY though. That is probably
Patrick Mahomes.
No.
Patrick Mahomes is going to get MVP though.
I got Jay Jettis winning Offensive Player of the Year.
Justin Jefferson. Yeah, maybe.
I got Jay Jettis.
I didn't see. I want to see Patrick Mahomes get another ring. Because for some reason in the sports media, they've been saying that who's the better quarterback, Joe Burrow or
it's not close.
Patrick Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes is
their
number
reasoning,
one, and then there's like a huge.
Their reasoning is because they're saying, well, yeah, Mahomes has been to 5 AFC championships in a row, but he's only won 2 of them. Whereas Joe Burrow, there's the thing with Burrow is that every time the Chiefs play the Bengals, Burrow has his number.
Okay.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
So let's get this right. Both of them won. Well, Pat won a Super Bowl the second season as a starter.
Yes.
No, in his second season, period.
Yes.
No, second season as a starter. You're right. I'm right. Second season as a starter. Joe Burrow lost in his second season as a starter.
Yes.
Now, Pat Mahomes has never played a full season and not made it to the AFC Championship game.
Correct.
The first year they went and lost to the Patriots in egregious fashion thanks to Dee Ford.
Yeah.
The second year they won against the 49ers.
Yep.
The third year they got blown out by the Buccaneers.
Yep. Although he made some immaculate passes that didn't get caught.
He made some amazing passes, but it doesn't matter if they don't catch the ball right.
Right.
The next year was when they lost to the Bengals.
Yes.
And here we are again, once again, with a rematch against the Bengals in the championship game. I don't think Joe Burrow is better than Pat Mahomes. Honestly, I think Joe Burrow has better weapons around him. Joe Mixon. Name a running back that's played for the Chiefs that is better than Joe Mixon.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
No.
I'm kidding.
Maybe Kareem Hunt before he got released.
Priest Holmes.
I'm talking about with Pat Mahomes.
Oh.
Dog.
Jamal Charles.
He didn't play with Pat. He was well gone.
The Nigerian Nightmare.
Nigerian Nightmare. What the heck? Oh, you talking about Okoye?
Yeah.
Get out of here. But no. Yeah, Pat Mahomes did have Cheetah. But really, the rest of the receivers that he had doesn't really come in comparison to the receiving core. Yeah, he has Travis Kelce, but I feel like the receiving core, I really feel like Joe has better weapons. You look at Jay Chisholm, Hayden Hurst,
Joe Mixon,
T. Higgins,
Yep.
and I can't think of his slot guy. Tyler Boyd. I think the one thing that really separates his offense from Pat's is I think Pat's line has been better for him.
Way better.
That's the one
thing. We played the Bengals this year and beat them.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have a line.
Y'all tore them up in the
really
trenches, boy.
did.
And I think that's really when it comes down to it. That's where that would be the one thing I would give the Chiefs advantage on outside of Pat Mahomes, because clearly Pat Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league, and it's not even close at this point. He could make a case for number 2 though, because I think most people probably had Josh at number 2.
Yeah, Josh is 3, Burrow's 2, Pat is 1.
So after that, who do you put?
After 3?
After 3. Just going off of this year, I feel like Herbert took a step back. Or maybe his rookie year was just so amazing that I don't think he's really eclipsed what he did his rookie year yet.
Jalen Hurts?
Okay. Jalen's really made a good case for himself this year.
Say Dak Prescott, but...
Dak Prescott's going to be right around the 10 area for me. I got Geno over Dak. Just off the season.
Geno, yeah.
Just off the season, I got Geno over Dak.
Geno Smith, yeah, that's a good case. Yeah, I'm starving. Yeah.
That's what hanging out with nature would do to you, huh?
Huh?
That's what hanging out with nature would do to you.
Yeah, something like that. Or, just not eating.
Let me see. But yeah, that's gonna be a good one. We can definitely start talking about that, especially at the end of the season, to see how we rank things. But I got Bengals and Niners. You got Niners and Chiefs.
Yeah.
All right, we can go with that. All right, so let's talk about the music real quick. So I'm gonna do something that I never thought I was gonna ever have to do. I'm going to defend Beyonce on this podcast. Anybody know I take pleasure in Beyonce slander?
So you take pleasure in slander of a black woman?
Just Beyonce.
Huh.
Solange is better.
You need to check yourself, my brother.
What? I'm still saying Solange
It's
is
still
better.
slander of a black woman.
I mean, she's a great singer, but I think she's
It's
overrated.
still slander.
I mean, it
I'm
is what
not
it
out
is.
here. I mean,
Who the heck?
I'm not out here slandering.
Shut my mouth.
You know,
Where the heck is
I don't slander the city girls. They're black women.
Shoot.
I don't like their music, but I don't slander
You
them.
slander Belle Callis.
But I still. Well,
She's not. Well,
I was about to lie and say, but I respect her craft. No, I don't.
Oh shoot! What's up?
I was really gonna lie and say that. I really didn't want to lie.
We just got a special guest.
What's up, y'all?
What's up? Hop in there, John. Don't sit here and try to act like you support Belle Callis's.
I don't. I'm not saying I don't, but I'm just saying it's not. Her craft is still.
I mean, she's just a trash person.
Yeah.
But back to the topic at hand. So Beyonce had a performance in, I was about to say Saudi Arabia, but it's Dubai, and evidently it was a private performance, and she was paid to the amount of like 24 million for one show that, according to people that were there, wasn't a very long set. So let's say it's about a good 45-minute set, and you made 25 mil off of it. Are you gonna say no? So here's where people were mad. So evidently, Saudi Arabia, Dubai's laws are very Islamic centric. So you already know how the faith of Islam feels about LGBTQIA, and so that's where the LGBTQIA community had an issue with it. And I was listening to I don't know if you saw my I sent y'all a link from O'Shea New Jackson's YouTube, and he was saying that we are expecting these people to be moved by morals when at the end of the day they are moved by the green. And this has been my whole take, especially when it comes down to why the WWE did what they did with Saudi. Granted, I understand your stance on it, but at the end of the day, this makes the world go round. No matter how much we want to get mad about it, when people got mad over that hoax about Saudi buying WWE, it makes the world go round. And so, regardless of what you think Beyonce believes in, stands for, that money's going to happen. And then somebody made a good point that even your queer icons in music have also performed at the doggone it, Dubai. What did they say? Madonna. I think they said Nicki or Cardi, one of them. Just names that have that identified with the queer community, and they performed there. So why are we getting mad at Beyonce for this? And I'm going to leave that here with a theme. Are we that soft? What do you think? Because that's going to be a recurring question through this episode.
I think that if you want to get offended at stuff, that's fine. Because it don't bother me none. I don't even listen to Beyonce like that.
I don't either.
So it's like, whoever it's bothering, they can fight among themselves. If the Bayhive get mad at all those people,
they're going to get mad if you were saying Bayhive.
Hey,
it's the Beehive. Bays don't have hives.
The Beehive wants to get mad for that, then, there's, so be it, But, they'll have to fight it out amongst themselves. Do like the hooligans do, just meet in some random field and support your squad and
Are they gonna go? Are
Let
they
it
going
rumble.
to? Are they gonna rumble? Let me call Chisel Adonis. Speaking of Chisel Adonis, did you see him? He was evidently hosting a
Yes.
weigh-in between Sir Wilkins and
Simon
Simon
Miller.
Miller.
Yeah, saw that.
That was dope.
It's very good.
Shout out to the homie once again, Chisel Adonis out here doing big things. I still am waiting on that match. I kind of want to see that match.
I'm still waiting for Faye and Darius.
I'm waiting for Faye and Big E to go ahead and get married. That'd be the most.
You know the match I'm talking about with Faye and Darius, right?
I think so.
Because Darius and Billy have beef, and Faye got into it. So now Faye's coming out of retirement for it.
Oh snap!
Yeah. I think I sent it to you, right?
Shout out to Faye Jackson, man. Her outrageous ways. Probably had one of the most popular Twitter spaces going.
The trial.
Last year, the trial when she
trial
was.
of Faye Jackson.
No, I can't believe I stayed up for that.
I can't believe I missed it.
Did you stay up for it?
A little bit.
Dog, she had people in all companies in that jump. Swole was at the recordings for Dark while in the court case. Like Xavier was in there. It was so many people in that stream. Since we're on wrestling and we're on this whole why are we this soft? So I know you probably didn't watch it because you were out at your bonfire. I saw that, but
I think my Instagram is popping now. I think this is I like this feeling.
So you watched
the one that's not hacked.
Oh, he got a new one now.
Oh
yeah.
So Lacey Evans had a match yesterday against a local talent, and I didn't make anything of it when I was watching because I was like, oh, she's doing what a heel does. And so there was a child there who has Down syndrome, and she does the typical heel thing of give me a high five. Look at you. No. She did that.
Okay.
And people got mad about it. Now, before I get to my take on everything, you've been to VCW with me.
Yes.
Do you recall the little child that has Down syndrome at the VCW shows?
I think so.
Don't tell me if I'm wrong. The heels do the same thing to that child. They get heat with that child too, right? So why we mad? Now Alex Kane, you know Alex, you heard of Alex Kane. Alex Kane's on MLW. He actually responded back to me on Twitter when I said I put on Twitter because somebody said being a character or not, this is not funny. This woman is a joke. And I said, all y'all mad, and he probably had the time of his life. I go to local shows and there's a child with Down. He enjoys his stuff. Y'all gotta relax. And then Alex Kane replies that it was lazy heel work. Was it cheap? Yeah, but you got cheap pops. Everybody knows the number one cheap pop. We're in Chesapeake right now. In Chesapeake, Virginia, crowd goes wild. Just because you said the city. The most cheapest pop. So yes, her picking at a child with Down syndrome, MJF does worse.
Way worse.
Way worse.
He's done way worse.
You call a fan in the wheelchair Hot Wheels.
I should not be laughing. Don't cancel me. I haven't been canceled this year yet. I got canceled twice last year. I was still waiting for my. Maybe I'll break the record this year. Trying to get canceled 3 times this year. Can I do it? We'll see. That might be my first time just laughing at that. But because I was kind of bothered by it, and so I made a few tweets about it because I was just like, why? And oh wow, so they deleted the tweet. So was Public Enemies made a post about it, trying to say it was wrong. And I was like, all right, so when I criticize MJF for disrespecting my faith, don't come attack me now, right? because MJF has done at least twice has disrespected Christianity.
By calling himself the devil?
Well, no, it wasn't that one. It was the one where he said something about Jesus. That was one of them. I can't think of the other one. I ain't even talking about him calling himself the devil.
I don't even remember him saying that.
Let me see if I can find it. Because I was at church and I saw the quote. And I was like, wait, he really said that? And then even Bischoff made a post about it. And I saw it again. And he was like, you really... Hold on. I'm going to find it later on. I'll show it to you.
Yeah.
But MJF has said a lot of things. Calling, what was it? Owen Hart's... Was it Owen Hart? No, it wasn't Owen Hart. It was Pillman.
Yeah.
The whole Pillman situation. They calling his mom Methany. And so I said that at this point, MJF doesn't need to come to WWE. Because the moment MJF comes to WWE, you think he's going to be...
He's not going to tone it down.
The PG heel?
He's not.
He's not going to tone down. And then the second he says something even halfway remotely close to what he does on AEW,
they're going to want him fired.
They're going to want him fired. They're going to want his head on the pet. They're going to want his head on the torch. All these things because how dare you? How dare you be so soft? And then you got these same idiots over talking about, we need to bring back the Attitude Era. We need to bring back edginess in wrestling. This is too soft. You're too soft.
You want edginess in wrestling? I keep telling people, watch Impact.
Shoot, watch Lucha Underground.
That too. You want edginess?
We'll get to episode 5, hopefully after the pod. But man, no, I'm just over wrestling fans at this point because nothing that Lacey Evans did in that situation. And you know what? You know what made it really worse? You remember we talked about her in that post that she shared on her Instagram about the autism.
Yeah.
And I said that she basically got Kyrie because she made no post. It was just the person that the video was from. It was basically the same situation. She made no commentary on it. She just shared it, and then now she's the one that's has to bear the cross of it. And so that they were basically taking what happened last night and adding on that situation and making it seem like she said that autism wasn't real. That's all I saw. She said autism wasn't real. No, she didn't. She didn't say anything. The video said that autism and ADHD weren't really a thing until we started consuming so much processed foods. And so my whole thing with that was, if you don't believe that, argue against it. The same tape we had when Chisholm Adonis came on to the podcast and we talked about Andrew Tate. Instead of crying about it, be a man, be a woman, and debate. But no, we just want to cry. Because why? We're too soft. Whew. Y'all got me hot.
You got yourself hot. I'm just sitting here.
It is kind of hot in here, though.
I'm just sitting here.
It's kind of hot, so that's part of it. Oh, yeah. I've been trying to find it. Did anybody see the Rugrats drawings?
Yeah.
Or they were black?
No, so basically what happened was somebody drew the Rugrats characters all grown up, like not the TV show all grown up when they were teenagers. Nah, they were full grown adults. Let me see if I can find it. And so they had everybody in there with their families, and then they had Susie Carmichael by herself. I think she had a child, and the dad wasn't there, which caused a whole outrage. And just to go ahead and set it out, this was just a random fan art, and everybody basically threw a fit over it. I was like, oh well. It's nothing. This is nothing to lose my mind over. I'm sorry. And I guess somebody kind of had pulled up that and fixed that and drew him up, father.
I did see that.
But I'm like, Is this really something to like flip a table over?
This is the same thing I said it last week about sports fans. Is are the Cowboys losing enough to destroy my TV? No,
No.
it ain't. But people do it. All right. Is that situation enough to lose your mind over? Not to me, it ain't. I got better things to do. You know? But to y'all, if it's that serious to y'all, hey, I mean,
Live your life, Al.
yeah. Who
Just
am
leave
I?
me out of it.
I don't want nothing to do with it.
Yo, the Panthers are idiots.
What did they do?
They got a new coach,
Frank Reich.
Frank Reich, over the same guy that had them about a game away from making the playoffs.
Oh, they're the Panthers, so I don't know what anybody expects.
And evidently they were supposed to be in the running for Sean Payton as well, but I guess that kind of fell through because I really think that Sean Payton is probably going to coach at Denver.
It's a possibility.
I'm just looking through our chat, and that was a weird day. This is this tweet from Dr. Anita B. Eaton. She was like, "Obese is the N word for plus size people."
That was a really weird day.
That was a weird day. Oh, you sent me too. I'm just scrolling up because I'm trying to pick up that what we're talking about. That Mark Briscoe versus Jay Luther match almost had me crying.
It was hard to watch. Did you watch the tribute show? I did.
I have yet to finish it, but I did start watching it yesterday.
Yeah.
It's 3 hours, so it's quite a bit.
I went back to
really
watch. I went back to watch.
Oh yeah, we were down here when that happened.
I went to watch some of the matches for
Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns last year when he came out in the Shield gear.
Oh yeah.
I was watching some of the matches and I liked how I didn't know he had that beef with Adam Cole like that.
Who?
Jay. And they had a ladder war, which is good. And they also had a fight with the Honor at Final Battle, which was really good.
I kept hearing that they had such a great rivalry together.
They did. They really did. Yeah.
And it sucks for me because I wasn't really a seasonal, like a religious watcher of Ring of Honor. I would catch it if it was on, like, remember they had it on like regular TV channels and whatnot. If I was just scrolling through TV and I see something Ring of Honor, I was like, oh, nothing's on, so I'm gonna see what's going on here. And I was like, oh, this looks good. And then I'd watch a few clips here and there. Kind of the same thing what I do with Impact, honestly.
Most of my thing with Ring of Honor was like, I can't believe this stuff was happening and I wasn't watching it. Because I've gone back to look at some stuff and some of it's really good. Like some of the matches are really good.
So many. I might just go ahead and if they have the entire library up and active, I might
do the same
and get Honor Club
because I'm looking at because I looked at now. Granted, they don't have it because I can find it. Like apparently, Eddie Kingston and Chris Hero had a fight with the Honor, and I can't find it anywhere. I even looked at Honor Club and it's not there. This is a Final Battle 09, and I can't find it.
Yeah, I might fool around because I did the same thing with when Impact Plus came out. And I fooled around and I got it and I wanted to see what they would
like early 2000s and like early 2000s Ring of Honor and Impact was like peak in-ring work greatness to me.
Got this pizza.
If I slide you a 10, can you give me a calzone?
Let me see what they got going on here.
Don't forget the wings.
What? Speaking, all right, we got a few other things I really want to talk about why people are so mad. So, did you see after the game against the Bills? I want to say it was Eli Apple put on Twitter 123 Cancun, Cancun on 3123 Cancun, and evidently people thought that that was a dig at Damar Hamlin
How is that?
because it's on three and he put the hearts up. And I was like, y'all really out here trying to find something to virtue sign on. I don't see how you get because he said on three.
I thought Bills fans were supposed to be hard. Y'all jumping through tables.
Honestly, I don't know. It was all, and I don't think it was just Bills fans altogether. I think it was just the football NFL community on social media.
I don't know. I'm over it.
All right, so for the griftiest segment of the night. So Monday night we had Raw is 30.
The only good thing about Raw 30 that happened was that trial.
Dog, that entire show was fun to me.
Oh, all right.
The DX segment, I was in tears. What else happened? That the matches were fine for what they were. It was something else that happened.
Is Roman gonna
Teddy Long showing up popped me like.
Is Roman gonna betray Sammy tonight? Gonna end Sammy tonight?
Is Sammy gonna betray Roman tonight?
Why would no? Because I was thinking about that. Why would Sammy doesn't have the power to betray Roman? Like, what's he gonna do with him versus the whole bloodline?
Well,
did you see what Kevin Owens was wearing when he pulled up to the show today?
What?
Did you see it? He had a Sammy Forever shirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like a play on Jackass Forever, and then he has that match with Sammy, kind of. So.
But I'm saying, like,
why is somebody that is basically dead to you on your chest?
I'm saying that, but I'm also saying, like, because the Usos aren't going to turn on him. Not for Sammy.
There's so many possible things that could happen on this show, because I think that we're probably gonna get. I have a feeling that Roman and KO are probably gonna close the show, which brings in so many different things that could happen. It could be an angle with Sammy possibly getting destroyed. It could be The Rock popping up.
Well, Rock said he's not
maybe. Do you think?
He said it. So I mean.
Okay, so saying it and meaning it is two totally different things. Edge also said he wasn't coming back when he came back. Think about it.
No, fair. Edge is probably coming back tonight, though, you think?
Possibly. I think so. Because I think they're going to set something up between him and Finn. I don't think that's done. I'm not saying that The Rock is going to show up, but I think that it's possible, and I think it could happen where they do go ahead and turn on Sammy, because Sammy shouldn't have been there last night.
Right.
So he disobeyed Roman's orders.
And it's not like Roman watches the show. He saw that he showed up.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So all that happened. And then maybe The Rock comes out and that makes the save. So there's so many layers that could happen with this, and that's why I'm loving this entire angle. But that's not what I want to talk about from Raw. Oh, yeah, the other part that I really love was Undertaker showing up.
As the American Badass.
Yeah, I showed that to one of the kids at work. The way his face lit up as soon as he saw the Undertaker's motorcycle, the front of his motorcycle, his face was like, and I just sat back with the biggest smile on my face. I was like, this is what I love. This is why I love wrestling. Just to see how his reaction looks so much like what my reaction would have been if I was still 13. But the issue really came in when the Bellas. I finished the show. I was like, okay, this is a fun show. And then the Bellas come out and are complaining that they didn't basically give the women's enough recognition or love.
So,
and why didn't, and the part was like, why wasn't Sasha featured on the thing, which was false. She was up there. Matter of fact, the I think that was the show you were at, right? That was the show that you were at, right? When she won the match. It was a Falls Count Anywhere match, right?
No, it was the one before that.
Okay, so that's not the one you were at. But they showed that when she beat Sasha for the championship. They had a clip of the match, the first women's main event match.
Which was that? No,
That was
Trish and Lita.
Trish and Lita. The backstage brawl between Sasha, Charlotte, and not Sasha, Charlotte, Becky,
Ronda,
and Ronda.
yeah.
There were so many women's segments that were put up there. It was about 5-minute clip. You're not going to need to put everything that happened in a 30-year span in a 5-minute clip. There have been so many amazing moments in Raw's history. Yeah, there's been a lot of horrible things too. Don't get me wrong. But what do you want? Just another whole segment just to honor the woman in its own thing? They went at it and said, "This is everything that we have shown you all for Raw, and we gave you everything you wanted." And so they took all of that and they took it to Tamron Hall. So this is the second time that Tamron Hall has had former wrestlers on her show.
First?
Mandy. And I'm like, what else did y'all want? You want? Okay, I understand that the situation happened with the cage match.
So what happened there?
That I think the opening segment went a little too long, and you can kind of tell when Jay took the mic that the pace really picked up because he had to rush his words, and that's something because I listened to Cornette talk about it. He was like, you could tell that the pacing picked up when Jay took the mic and said, "Look, I have his defense." And so it went longer than it was supposed to go, I'm pretty sure, because by the time that whole segment was over, it was almost 8:30. Oh, shoot. Pre-show's on. Outside of that, I mean, I think it got Bayley more heat, if anything.
Because what was the heat that it got her?
So basically, they got in the match. The match never started, and Damage Control jumped Bayley. Jumped Becky.
What's your address?
1208 Marco Drive.
1208.
I'll have to add that.
So y'all recording during the Raw Rumble?
I probably won't.
Probably not.
Because I want to be able to hear the commentary and all that stuff, and that is going to be a bit of a
I want to hear
issue.
the pen drop. Okay.
The who drop?
Okada's not coming.
Okada's coming.
Why would Okada be here?
I mean, if Okada comes up.
For what reason?
Why not? It's the Royal Rumble.
I know, but for what reason? For one night only?
To get paid.
He doesn't need the money. He's the top champion in New Japan. He don't need it.
If Okada comes out there, you're gonna lose your mind.
I know, but I'm also gonna hate it because I'm also gonna be like, what are you doing here? Like you don't got Shingo in a couple weeks.
I think Dragon Lee's gonna show up.
Dragon Lee said
I hope he's gonna be at Charlotte. What is the card for Vengeance Day anyway? Like I know we got
Tag match is a fatal 4-way match.
Fatal 4-way match for the tag titles, which we'll probably get the last tag team Tuesday, but right now it's Pretty Deadly, Gallus, and New Day. Is Gallus?
Yeah.
Okay. And then there's an invitation to get that one. There is a triple threat for the women's title, right?
Yeah,
Gigi, JC, and Roxanne. Braun and that's the match I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, Braun Waller.
I think I just might wear my Wrestling Club t-shirt, my hoodie for Wrestling Club.
And then Mello and Apollo.
Give me a sign that says Grayson Fierce Wrestling Club.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going full support for my boy.
Yeah.
What's the other match?
Mello
and
Apollo, and then Dijak versus Wesley.
Oh snap! Okay, that should be fun. That's a fun little card. You know, Speaking of cards, I really appreciate what WWE is doing with their cards now. With like PLE cards, there's only there's only 5 matches on this card.
This is about to this is about to be 6 hours.
It's not. It's only 5 matches. So when you take out, there's about 2 hours for the Royal Rumble. So there's 3 matches you can get within about. It's going to be about 3.5 hours. So that's not bad.
You have soda.
I don't have a soda. I have like a juice.
And they don't have Sprite or Sierra Mist.
Well, there's no such thing as Sierra Mist no more.
Oh, Star! I had that. Man, let me tell you something about Starry.
This is getting clipped, by the way. Go ahead.
Why? What was wrong with Sierra Mist? Hell, if y'all brought back 7-Up, that would have been good. But Starry, really? That's the best you can come up with? Starry?
Every single time I go to a store and I see Starry, I get so disappointed.
It's so disappointing. It's very disappointing. I'm like, I'm disappointed in all of you. I look at that. That's the way I look at it. That's the way I look at it. It's like, it's embarrassing.
It is pretty sad.
Man, let me go ahead and get this Dr. Pepper, I guess.
Dr. Pepper.
Wait, no. Shoot, not a 2-liter.
Yeah, let's get some center squares.
That's all they got.
I picked up some center squares too.
Why do they only have 2 liters? I don't even want to drink for it. Anyway.
Let's do it.
But like, come on. Starry, really?
Starry is a...
The only thing that I've had that's counter to that is, and it's not really a drink, it's a food, that Twix cookie dough. Yeah, Twix made cookie dough, and it's gorgeous.
Okay.
It's great.
That's outrageous. All right, so let's go ahead and preview this. Even though people that are listening to it from on the podcast and whatnot on YouTube, they are going to be like, dang, they got this all wrong. What's how I actually put this on media? But who y'all got for the Rumble?
Rhea. Rhea's winning. Rhea's winning the winning.
Yeah, I got Rhea.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Rhea, Liv.
I feel like
If she shows up, Naomi.
I don't think Naomi's
so.
winning. I think she is showing up. I don't have her winning. I think Liv will probably. I don't know.
I see Rhea and Liv in the bottom 2, in the last 2.
Yeah.
I can see if she is there, I can see Naomi being in the final 4.
But yeah, Rhea, that's the person. I think that's the most popular.
Rhea and Liv in the last 2.
Like I think I told you, I got Rhea and Bianca at Mania.
Yeah, and then Rhea becoming she is the face of Judgment Day, but like,
well, yeah, there's no question about it. She is Judgment Day. Without Judgment Day, without Rhea, there is no Judgment Day, I should say. You know, Dom is starting to climb up that ladder of being one of the more interesting characters. I'm really enjoying Dom's character.
Yeah.
And it's so cheesy.
It's fun.
Can we just go ahead and just acknowledge the fact that cheesy gimmicks have a place in wrestling?
Yeah.
And a lot of times, that is a great. I mean, honestly, if you think about it, what's the dude at NXT? Tony D'Angelo.
Yeah.
Cheesy gimmick.
Yeah.
Great. That whole angle between him and Santos was corny but amazing at the same time.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying it. Men's Rumble, who you got? Did you just say Ezekiel?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Y'all gonna be mad as hell.
I see.
But for real, Cody.
Yeah, Cody.
I don't see Cody not winning it.
The more I think about the conversation we just had regarding what's going to happen with Sammy, I don't think Sammy needs to win.
No.
I don't think Sammy needs to win.
Now we're in
But
Texas.
this is such a weird situation. Do you have Roman wrestle twice during Mania?
Tonight
At
during
Mania.
Mania. Well,
So
who's
he
he gonna
wrestles
wrestle?
night one. He'd wrestle night one and defend. Because I'm going Cody. Does he go against Cody night one and then close out night two against Rock?
Well, if he does what he did last year, and say I'm only wrestling one time, and it was in the main event.
This
on
is
night
a
two.
real interesting situation we have here because, and I've almost fantasy booked myself into a hole, into a wall because I want Cody to win, but I still do want that Rock Roman match.
And
maybe
Rock
he-
and Roman doesn't have to be for the title.
That's why initially I wanted Sammy to win,
Yeah.
and then Sammy does like what Cena did and challenges at Elimination Chamber, which makes sense because Elimination Chamber is in Montreal.
Yeah.
And then maybe Sammy does win. Or maybe Cody still wins. Sammy somehow beats Roman at Elimination Chamber. And then we still get Cody and Sammy at the closeout night one. And then we get Rock Roman to close out night two. It's a very interesting situation that I'm definitely going to be enjoying watching how it plays out.
But I think, yeah.
Any surprises coming into the both Rumbles?
It's not really a surprise, but Dragon Lee, I can't believe he signed. Not that I
I
can't
don't-
believe it, but
I don't think you're going to get Dragon Lee tonight.
I think
Johnny Gargano's not really a surprise.
Mm-mm.
Surprises, then no.
I got some bad news for y'all.
Wade Barrett. Okay,
I like it. I
that's
like
fair.
it.
Maybe Booker. Maybe.
You said bad.
Maybe.
Maybe Stevie Ray. Give me something different.
Stone Cold. We're in Texas.
I've seen a lot of people say that. Now, this is a name that a lot of people are throwing out that I don't know if it's going to happen, but based on what has happened so far this year, Muda.
Either that or Hall of Fame. Either one.
I mean, Muda is
KG
basically on a retirement tour.
He's definitely going into the Hall of Fame.
So I think Muda's definitely Hall of Fame material this year. So what better way to go ahead and kick that entire Hall of Fame tour
But
off?
he's got to
than
be as
having-
KG Muto, not Great Muta, because you know how you got to separate the two.
Which one's more notable in WWE? To the fans here in WWE, I would think Great Muta will be the
But
more.
I'm saying Muta has that persona of like, I mean, throwing him over the top rope. You know, well, he's not getting pinned to
he's
submit
older
it.
now, so it
I know,
kinda,
but you know what I
I don't think it hurts
I'm
his
saying.
mystique.
That's what I'm saying. You
Yeah,
see what I'm saying?
I don't think it would hurt his mystique. He's a lot older, so I wouldn't mind it being Muta over Keiji Muta. But I think that would be a cool
forgot,
moment.
dog, something
And plus, he had the match with Shinsuke.
yeah, something I forgot. We've seen the Briscoes.
You lucky
Remember
Metso Forte.
G1 at G1 Supercard? We saw the Briscoes.
Briscoes.
It was the Briscoes.
Hana Kimura at the pre-show.
Yeah. Oh, forgot. We did see Hana.
Suzuki.
And you got to see Ashley.
Yes. Yeah. He got the pick.
You
with,
got a picture with Ashley.
Yeah.
he got the pick with Ashley.
Yeah, she talked to us about like WrestleMania and all that.
No, Ashley was one of my favorites growing up.
She
Though.
was my-
I used
she
to
was my
love. I
favorite.
loved Ashley. She was my favorite women's wrestler for the longest time.
She was my favorite because I
And
liked
then
her. I liked her
being my
like rocker
favorite turned
style.
into AJ Lee being my favorite.
Because it's like in that.
I liked her because of her rocker style. She had the
Yes.
backwards hat and all that.
The similarities I see in Ashley and AJ Lee, of course, I always see in Cora Jade because that's what it's like.
But you know, Cora Jade and Roxy are kind of like AJ's kids.
Yeah,
To an
pretty
extent.
much.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, shame I've never seen the Briscoes. Like, wait a minute, I have.
Yeah.
Saw them in the garden. And they lost the belts
Dog, you been in the
to.
garden.
They lost the tag belts to Tama
Here I
It was.
was singing
It was.
to watch
No,
it.
that was a great match too. It was Evil and Sonata versus the Briscoes versus God and versus God.
That's the one where Enzo and Cass like.
Yeah. That's that one. It's like right after that match, and like the Briscoes are like fighting with Enzo and Cass in the crowd.
Like Bully Ray came out and stuff because people are thinking like, okay, like they invaded like Madison Square Garden. I'm like, look, security isn't that bad in Madison Square Garden.
No, that was planned.
Yeah. But yeah, it was good. Shout out to the Briscoes.
Yeah, shout out to the Briscoes. A few other surprises that I think could happen. What about Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona?
Well,
Because I think I got a feeling his wife is probably going to make her debut tonight.
Again, her re-debut.
Her re-debut, my fault.
Her re-debut.
Re-debut.
I'm sorry, that's foul.
That's
foul.
No, but you're not wrong. And just I'm definitely praying for her safety in this time because unfortunately every single time she's really wrestled in the WWE ring, it hasn't necessarily gone good for her.
I think the first and the major injury was when she debuted on SmackDown.
Oh gosh, I remember that night.
And then everything else was just like she was just waiting for opportunity because she's been on Raw before.
She was in GCW, all over the place.
But like with her NXT run, she was teaming with Deanna.
Deanna,
that weren't
Raw.
showing that much, and then she on Robert Stone and stuff. Did that, and then she actually was in a Royal Rumble before this.
Tara returned.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw
on
that.
Impact.
They're doing a lot of bringing in older
But
wrestlers
the
because they evidently what's his name that I think you did interview. Did you interview him when Donovan had him on Resolution?
Who?
Horowitz.
Barry? No.
Yeah.
No.
Was it Barry Horowitz that's on? I think it's him that's on Impact, right?
I don't think so.
I saw a picture.
Anyway,
I thought you.
The
I thought you did.
thing about no, he was trying to get it, but he never got it. Anyway, the thing about Impact is that they're bringing in other people, but they're making it work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I didn't think.
But you know the stigma is going to be there, and it's
Yeah,
going to be.
but
it
works. But it makes
I like what they've done. The stuff with
Still
Santino. Santino is one of the most underrated comedy wrestlers,
and also wrestlers. If you've watched him,
I mean, he's a wrestler's wrestler, but when it comes down to it, Santino is always going to be that son of a gun.
I think Maurice.
Is that Fluffy?
Yes, Fluffy's up there.
What do y'all think about Maurice being in the Rumble?
Is there a woman that you could see maybe Mickey again? I don't think they do Mickey again this year.
No, she is a current champ again. I would like to see Jordynne Grace if she stayed champion.
Impact, somebody for Impact, Jordynne Grace would be dope. Maybe Natasha Steele.
Yeah,
I think
Savannah
She
Evans.
said something about being possibly done with Impact or something like that. I don't know if that was.
I know I saw their partnership is done, so she may go AEW for all we know.
AEW, WWE, it doesn't matter. I just hope she gets a good shine out there.
Yeah. You might see Kenny Omega's hair.
People got added to the man.
Which one? Kenny Omega's hair when he was during that
The
interview?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
So he
That
said
was ridiculous.
he's like 80s front man. I said he totally is. But then again, his hair's always
I
been
see a
like
lot
that.
of NXT women being added.
Yeah, probably.
Tiffany?
Tiffany, maybe. I
can see Tiffany.
Cora and Roxy.
Cora, maybe. Even what's her name? Was just feuding with my girl, Nikita.
I don't know.
Zoe.
Yeah, I can see Zoe.
Zoe Stark, yes, I can see.
Dog, people popped for her finisher when we
Soul. What about Soul?
Not yet.
Oh
I would
no,
love to. I
no!
would
If
love
you're gonna have Soul Ruka
For a
in there,
Rumble, Soul.
if you're gonna have Soul Ruka in there, she's got to do something similar to what she did. You saw the clip.
Yeah. She basically is like, because first of all, she's athletic as all get out. So
she's a gymnast, though. Yes,
no, and a surfer
and fine,
and
a sister.
tall.
Get back to the
Wait, what?
subject.
Yes, she's a sister.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is.
So Ruka.
So Ruka is.
She's not a sister.
She is.
You're lying.
I'm dead serious.
You are lying.
I saw the picture of her father.
Show me.
It's deep in her doggone Instagram, dog. Hold on.
Boy.
You seen it, right?
Yeah,
I found out she was black before I even
She's
knew who
not-
she was.
No, you're messing with me.
Dog, why would I lie to you?
Because you're you. You're a troll.
Yeah.
You troll me all the time.
I troll, but I'm truthful with my trolls.
I don't know nothing about this really. I can see Alba Fire being there.
I see that too.
Alba Fire, okay, that's dope.
She's formerly Kaylee Ray. Oh, Tyler Bate. You think Tyler Bate?
The Big Strong Boy?
Yeah. Big strong boy.
Nah.
Big strong. You know? No big strong boy.
Yeah, probably not Siler.
Would he be WWE champion in Triple H's WWE? Yes.
Maybe
He'd be featured.
he wouldn't be a mainstay in the main event scene,
So,
but he could definitely
Intercontinental U.S. champion.
Yeah, he'd be the guy that you do an underdog story with. That
Like
gets him to that
they
point.
did with Gable.
Like they did with Sammy.
But
Because eventually Sammy's going to get his shot, and I don't think Sammy's ever had a singles opportunity.
he would have
outside
if they had pushed him after he beat Kevin Owens at Battleground after
See,
that
here
amazing
you go, you're
match.
gonna get mad again.
I'm just saying.
No, you're not wrong.
I mean, things happen. Patience is a virtue.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, you had him, they had all that time, they had an amazing match, and then right after that, it was like, bam. Kevin, no offense to Kevin Owens, because I love Kevin Owens, but how does, like, it would make sense in the story if Sammy, now what, was he injured? Is that what happened?
He got injured when he first came on.
No, I know that. I remember that. You know. You see Samoa Joe cry during the Briscoes thing.
I don't blame him.
That broke my heart. That broke my heart, and then Eddie Kingston's broke my heart too, because I'm like, dog, like, dear Lord, can you give Eddie Kingston a break? Man's has been through now.
I'm just surprised that he actually went out there to do that match, man.
With QT?
No, just anybody that was able to do that,
Yeah.
especially
Mark. Mark going out there was like, that'll put hair on your chest, bro.
No, she had a whole picture of her dad up here. Yeah, I think they were at the beach, and I can't find that junk.
She mentioned me in her story.
Who? Oh, that boy happy.
I'm happy.
You see that? You see that big smile on that boy's face? Okay.
Yeah, here, show us. Bro, like, my guy, check it out.
Oh, yeah, that's what you saw. Okay.
Not only is he a brother with locks.
So she's mixed?
Yeah, she's.
Where's that?
Huh?
That ain't her daddy.
Yes, it is.
He was a little bit young, though.
Black don't crack.
That ain't.
Black don't crack, my brother. Black don't crack, my brother.
That's probably a college roommate or something.
Just
Is this your father?
And she got to be like, she about 22, right?
Yeah, she's young. I just sent you a friend request, by the way, on Instagram.
All right.
So Ruka is like,
Quick.
okay, so
Did you
she's
tell him how to-
23.
Did you tell
Yeah,
him how to-
it's brand new, spanking new.
Noted.
I think it just was installed yesterday.
Really sorry about
yesterday
that.
and
Really
before.
sorry about that last time. But
Oh,
I'm
no,
glad
no,
we
no.
made it work.
Actually, we kind of fixed that one before like a few days after you left, but she still. What the heck was that? I don't want to know.
What'd you say?
It looked like something that you would see in DDT.
Oh, right. No, so there's this dude I follow on Twitter and YouTube. He does video essays. And one thing he's done, he does it. I know you've seen it, the series Walking the King's Road. Like, you've read about it on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's him. That's his stuff. But one thing he also does is, like, he highlights a lot of stuff that will kind of fly under the radar when it comes to wrestling. And I think his favorite promotion is DDT because of like the stuff outside of the uh, the outlandish stuff.
Oh yeah.
You
I
know,
mean, and
and he
I don't.
follows. I think he said one of his thing was his favorite promotion. He said show of the year was the DDT King of DDT final from last year. His number one wrestler is Mox. He loves Mox, which I couldn't really hold him for that.
Yeah, I don't dog
Um,
anybody for
the,
your taste in wrestling.
the Briscoes were his number 20 wrestler, and his match of the year was the Dog Collar match.
That was a really good match.
It was a great match. I still like the first one better. I don't know why I like the first one better.
Every man has his
I
opinion.
think it's because of how it ended. The second one wasn't bad, but it felt like way too long. It felt long. The third one wasn't bad, but I think it's because of a submission finish, not a pinfall. That's why I kind of have my feel the way I feel about it. You know, it kind of felt. And plus, while watching it, it didn't. I didn't get that. I didn't get that. I didn't get that warm feeling in my stomach. You know what I mean? You know how when you're watching a match and you know it's good, you know, you get that like warm. You get the warm body feeling.
I get to the point where I can't sit down.
Yeah.
If a match is like really really great, like don't tell me to sit down because I'm not.
Yeah. Like when's the last time you had that feeling? What's the last match you watched you had that feeling?
It's been a minute, man. It's really been a minute.
I'd say I kind of had that feeling with Osprey and Omega, kind of, because I more so I was wondering like, which way are they gonna go? Are they gonna keep it on Osprey? Are they gonna put it on Omega? What are they gonna do? I wasn't
Honestly,
sure.
Gunter and
Sheamus.
Sheamus.
And I kind of had that feeling too. I did get that one fighting feeling, but that was mostly the way I felt about that. Was the same way I felt about Iya and
Now,
about Dragunov and
now,
Walter.
if I did watch Cody and Seth live, I probably had that feeling, but I was
Yeah.
kind of at my desk trying to keep my composure. So I kind of quenched that in there. So yeah, that would have been the match there. But yeah, definitely Gunter and
I
Sheamus.
think the Briscoes and like I said, Briscoes and FTR, the first one, got me that little feeling. I was like, the near falls and caught me by everything.
What do you expect from this lights out match tonight?
I don't think it's gonna be truly lights out. I think what's gonna be lights out is
Well,
like
pitch black, I should say.
what they're gonna do is probably have the ring lit up and then everywhere else is dark. Because I don't think, ain't no way all these people sold out the arena to watch a match in the dark.
You know, I don't know what to expect, but I'm pretty sure it'll be some moments made in this match.
I do think, however, that Bray has definitely been meme material recently. I'm really trying to fight these urges, man.
Him. So the most meme-worthy wrestlers right now has been him, LA Knight, and Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
It feels like every week Roman Reigns on TV, I'm like, there's a meme for me.
You know when you say you think you're
You
me,
think me? You think me?
you think you're me. You think you're me.
I'm waiting for the exact moment to actually use that on Twitter now because I have it in my vault. I was just like,
You think you're me.
I need the moment. Even though I did have a tweet that kind of went crazy and it's like had multiple almost 500 likes, 30,000 people viewed the tweet, but it was about that makeup situation. I ain't that diabolical, man.
Someone's downfall. Me who prayed for it.
I ain't praying to nobody's downfall. I want you to win.
I think is it easy to say that this is probably the most memeable thing in a while?
False.
Yeah. False.
I don't know. Between that one and then him in the ring with Keith.
No, I don't care.
No,
People said they didn't like that segment. People said they didn't like that
I'm
segment.
mad.
I love that segment. I personally
I
loved
understand why people like the executives probably didn't like it.
Right, of course.
But I missed my moment when that whole discussion about the whole discourse about fat phobia and everything if I were really the menace that I want to be sometimes, I would have used it.
What accusations?
No.
Or you big. No, but
And
the whole thing, the main
'cause,
thing I
like-
loved about that segment, I love that segment because I'm watching it.
I mean,
And, like,
I didn't get to watch it in person. I didn't get to watch it live.
I
I was
watched.
on the road.
I was watching it because like I was looking at. I was just listening. I was just dying at everything Rick Ross was ad libbing. You know, we don't. It's like I know you had the like because my favorite part was Swerve.
Making history.
No, Swerve was like, no, Swerve said, it's like, I know you had those false accusations, and then Rick Ross was like, we don't deal with those false accusations.
We gotta get up out of here because it's almost time, man. Who y'all got? Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens. When we get up out of here,
Roman.
Roman.
Although it's I think they put on a banger, and Kevin gets really, really, really close.
Roman's done a really great job at that.
Yes.
We got to give Roman his flowers. I don't think it's
First
too
of
many
all,
people in WWE.
I've been giving him his flowers.
Okay, you don't have to.
I've been giving him his flowers.
He's been taking this video ever since Roman came back.
I have. As I
This
should.
has been a 3-year-long victory lap, dog.
As I should.
Almost 3 years, really.
I told y'all. Y'all looked at me like I was. Y'all called this man boring lames.
We didn't hate. We didn't.
That was a real thing I read on
Yeah,
Facebook.
I remember the boring
They
lanes.
called him boring lames. And I was like, y'all are going to regret this when he's the top of the mountain and everybody loves him because he's just him. Because he is him.
The way he makes false finishes feel like
Look at him.
this is the moment.
Look
this
at
is
him.
the moment.
Look at him.
1, 2. Oh no.
He is him. He is him.
He is like the kids tell me all the time. He is Timothy Mozgov.
No, that is my favorite thing. That's my favorite thing now.
He was like, I'm Timothy Mozgov. I was like, can you just spell Timothy Mozgov? Can you spell Timothy Mozgov? He's like, yeah, TOMTIMOT. I was like, no, you're wrong. There is no TH in Timothy Mozgov. His name is Timothy, not Timothy. But we're going to get up out of here, man. Peace, love, pop sauce. Always remember to drink your water. We about to go watch this Royal Rumble. Catch you on the other side.
On the other side.
Once you reach
The other side.